Hey everybody, this is the Uncanny Omar. You're watching Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions. And this is a very special episode of Reels Talk. Why, Tina?
I'm here.
No. Oh. Why, Maddie?
One Piece! And
Yes.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. It's One Piece. So we're going to be talking about One Piece Season 2 with all kinds of spoilers. And these two nerds have not only loved One Piece, but they have also lived it. Both of them have dressed up. Wow, that was weird.
That's
That was a really weird laugh there, Maddie.
I didn't do the laugh. What are you talking about?
That was you?
That was me.
Yeah, she's right next to you. Why did
Okay, anyway.
you're losing it. Yeah, you have one more birthday and you're losing it.
Hey, you better drop that. So, both of them have dressed up as characters from One Piece.
No, I mean, I could have. I've got Nico Robin in the next room. It takes 1 second.
You have the actual actress?
No.
Get her, please.
I've got the top.
Would you please bring her up here? Anyway, Tina, who have you dressed up as?
I've dressed up as Nami and as Caesar Clown.
I forgot you dressed up as Nami.
Yeah.
Because I remember that was the first time.
And you made a Beppo. You were
Yeah,
Beppo.
I did a low.
Who's a Beppo?
Beppo from the Straw Hat Pirates.
Not from Straw Hat.
From the Polar Tang group, the Pirates of the Heart.
And I've cosplayed Frankie.
Yes.
I've cosplayed like 2 different Nico Robin costumes, and I have, I guess, worn Cavendish before.
Oh yeah, and I've worn a crossplay of Zoro.
Yeah.
Cavendish is the dude with the hat, right? And the flower.
Yeah.
I think he was a dude. Blonde hair.
You know, Tina, our friend, wants to get a Baroque Works group together. It could be time for you to be Bon Clay. What we've always wanted.
Oh, that's right. I've always talked about doing Bon Clay. I'd be like the shortest Bon Clay.
Who cares? It's fun.
Okay, so we are here to talk about One Piece Season 2. The first season did so well that they immediately greenlit Season 2.
And 3, too. Yeah, because they've already, they went ahead and agreed for both.
Because they're filming 3 right now.
Yeah.
I think they're almost done, aren't they? Because they said that
I
would
believe so. Yeah.
Next year.
I mean, they'll have to keep shooting it at that crazy of a schedule to kind of get everything out.
Yeah,
everybody's aging.
These
and
guys,
they're not going to do the whole
anything
show
else.
anyways, or the whole run book anyways.
I wonder if they'll go the way of Game of Thrones, where it's going to end before the actual manga ends.
No.
I wonder if they stop at the time skip.
That's what I'm thinking. If we can get to time skip, I'm happy.
What? We got to find the stupid One Piece. That's the whole point. All right. Anyway. So
in the live action, no chance. Sorry.
3 years ago, we fell in love with the live action show. It was awesome. All of us really liked it. I had never seen an adaptation of a manga or an anime done so well. I mean, I can think of maybe in one hand how many have been done well. I'm a big fan of Battle Angel Alita and the Kenshin, the movies.
Yeah, mostly I just think about some Japanese live action adaptations of things that I like Nana. You know, I like the original Death Note movies. Not everybody likes those. Detroit Metal City, 20th Century Boys, but not a lot of shows and nothing here. You know, especially. I mean, I like Cowboy Bebop. I know everybody else did it, but that's okay.
God, Maddie,
I liked it, but I mean, Dragon Ball.
No.
Dragon Ball was horrid.
No. We'll go.
And
so this is a recap. Amanda's the only one that gave it a 9 out of 10. Maddie, Omar, and Tina all gave it a 10 out of 10.
Of course, it's perfect.
That's right. It was a perfect score. It was great. Oh my God. Will this season hold up? We will see. So, Maddie, Tina.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many episodes were in the season, first of all? Compared to season
8.
8 episodes.
Was there 8?
Yes.
I think there was 8.
Fast.
Yes. We watched 8 episodes. And everybody's back. Iñaki is back playing Monkey D. Luffy.
Still perfect. He is Luffy.
I said that a lot too. Emily Rudd is Nami, who is, I think, my favorite character in the TV show, the live action show. Mackenyu, who my wife told me is the son of Sonny Chiba. I had no idea.
Yeah, and he's also, so Mackenyu, who plays Zoro, is also friends with Oda in real life, the creator of One Piece. he has him over to like just hang out and play the One Piece card game, which he's also very good at.
What the hell?
And he just texts him and asks and brings him.
Oh, Oda is tied to his desk. Are you
It's
sure that's
like
not a guy with a
3
fish head
hours.
walking around?
He loves hanging out with him. I even told Mackenyu before the show, he's like, hey, I really want you to thicken your neck up for this season. And he's like, okay, Oda.
Yeah, he got
Sure.
big in this season.
Yeah, he did.
And then we have Jacob coming back as Usopp, Taz coming back as Sanji.
Perfect.
And then this time around, we have Charithra being but we're doing spoilers, so she is Vivi.
Mhm.
And then we have Lyra, oh my gosh, who is, well, it's not revealed until I think the last episode.
Yeah, but I mean,
Nico Robin.
this art came out so long ago.
Yeah, but
I
there are
know-
people
I
that have
know live
only
action
watched
watchers.
the live
Yeah,
action
yeah.
show, right? So
Yeah,
I
but,
didn't-
yeah.
but we are going to spoilers for only season 2. And try not to spoil anything in season
And then
3. or moving
Mikaela
forward.
Hoover, who is voicing Tony
Oh.
Chopper, who's also in a lot of James Gunn properties.
Yep,
She's
she
voiced a
was in
lot of the animated
Superman.
stuff. She's in Superman. Great.
Yeah. And if you want to see.
Wait, she was in
That's
that?
what-
I watched Honey Don't.
What the hell?
I don't
is-
remember from that.
Okay.
I love that movie, but I was paying attention to the bar scene, so my brain was somewhere else with that.
Okay, I may have to watch that movie though, because I really
Yeah, I
liked
do.
her. I thought she was a great addition to the cast.
Yeah.
So Tina,
Mhm.
give me the recap of this season. What is the season about? What's happening? They're still after the One Piece, so what's going on?
So they have sailed away, and they get to meet some of the best giants in this one. So you start venturing out into the other islands. They're going to the Grand Line. They travel up the Grand Line. They go down the Grand Line, and they have left their original starting point of the ocean. And they get to visit what?
So we visit in this one. We visit at the beginning. We visit Loguetown,
Loguetown.
which is a town known for like a heavy military presence, and
The
also
Marines are there, like
also-
Smoker.
where where Goldie Roger has execution.
Yeah.
So we have
get
that.
to see that platform.
Then we
get
go
to
over the
meet-
Grand Line, which is like the up the waterfall and down. We meet Laboon.
Yes. We've met
is a
Tashiki
whale.
now.
We hit Whiskey Peak, and then we hit Drum Island. So for the manga, which we can go in depth about, but like for the manga anime watchers, those are the arcs that are in this.
So how many seasons would you say?
Oh, sorry, Little Garden.
Little Garden. Yeah,
Okay.
because that's where you meet the giants.
Yeah.
Little Garden, you meet a lot more Baroque, a whole bunch of Baroque members. You basically decimated them.
And they add a couple that we never saw into this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was surprising.
Apparently Oda drew a
Yeah.
couple of them just for the show.
So I don't know if it's best to go
Represents.
little arc by arc and talk about it, or like
Sure, let's do it. Yeah, because I mean it's separated into 8 episodes. I remember watching episode 1 going, wow, that was a lot of things that happened in just one episode.
Yeah, because they basically encompass like smaller arcs leading up to a larger arc in this
Yeah.
one.
So first is Loguetown, which is like their stop because they're heading out. They've just left, like the end of last season.
Mhm.
So we stop at Loguetown, and they convince Luffy to go because that is where Goldie Roger was executed. So it's a famous spot. This is what started the new age of pirates, and them driving to get the One Piece. So of course we have a nice little like shopping episode / Buggy showing up.
Yeah.
And some a lot of extra stuff in here that was not there
Yes.
before, which we have to talk about.
Go on.
Bartolomeo.
Bartolomeo.
Right?
Yeah, I saw that. So I didn't make it this far into the manga or in the anime. I
Oh, really?
read the manga
Okay.
up to like 96, I think. But he didn't show up until later. And apparently in the anime, he didn't show up until episode 650 something.
But he technically, so what they've done, and they do this a little bit
The
throughout this,
retroscoping.
he was there.
Yeah.
So like Bartolomeo, who's a character who's up way later during Dressrosa, who is the best. I love him. he's a huge Luffy super fan. That's his whole role, basically, is to be like a straw hat otaku. But he was there when Luffy did, like, you know, got out of the execution.
Mhm.
So he was there. There's a flashback. He saw him. So instead, they added some parts so they could meet him, because we'll probably never make it to Dressrosa in the show. And I loved it. I thought that was great.
Yeah, I was, as we were watching the first episode, I said, I wonder, since Oda added characters retrospectively, like later on, like Sabo and those characters, like for flashbacks that you didn't see before,
and all the people they added
sailing
watching the
again.
execution of Goldie Rogers.
Like, I wonder if they were gonna do that in this season, like have a flashback. Well, I guess maybe next season with like a young Ace, young Luffy, and young Sabo, and then at the end of episode 1 is Dragon and Sabo are there, which is weird.
Yeah,
because I was like, wow, they are really
Totally.
doing that.
because
That's
I mean,
crazy.
Sabo was on this ship. So, and there's a lot of things they drop in.
We didn't see him again though. Like,
The
I thought
show-
that would be something that they would keep continuing in the background.
I don't know.
No, they
I
teased.
don't think it'll be as impactful yet. You have to do a lot of Ace stuff first, but
Which
I think it's
will
fine to
be
have little Easter
next
eggs.
season.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Ace
Yeah.
is next season.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
they'll show Sabo and stuff in next season, and I think that's what they were teasing.
I bet they'll. Well, maybe yeah.
No, they have to. If they show Ace, they're going to give the backstory between the three brothers.
Yeah,
next
but you
season.
wouldn't have to show a adult Sabo, right? You would just have to show a young Sabo for flashbacks, because that stuff doesn't happen until after the.
I think they'll introduce more of the Revolutionary War, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Like the
Yeah,
revolution.
sorry. I've got
Nerds.
theories. We can get. I think I see how it's going to play out. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we get to see who's cast as Dragon. Dragon talks. He's great. We have here like, I guess the biggest part is this like carnival fight. So Buggy's there with his crew. We have Alvida making her return. She lost a lot of weight to do this, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen. But we've been hearing on the internet like her losing this weight loss journey, because Alvida in season 1 is a larger woman.
Mhm.
And this is the same in the cartoon or in the anime. She's a large woman, and then she
He's
eats that fruit.
ridiculously large in the manga.
The
though.
slip fruit, the smooth fruit. Is it smooth?
Slip.
Slip. Elliot's right here. You can tell me.
Smooth is
That's
what's her name that goes fights Nami and stuff.
Califa or whatever.
Her
Anyways,
name escapes me right now.
yeah, slip fruit. She gets really skinny, and so the actress lost a lot of weight for this season. Which I mean, props to the commitment for it, because she's only in 1 episode for this, so she really didn't have to go that hard, but she did.
I was hoping Luffy didn't remember her, just like in the manga.
It's like, huh?
And he was like, "Who is this?"
There's a lot of great Luffy moments. Getting to see Garp and Goldie Roger, because he was there for the execution. We get that little flashback.
Mhm.
So at that point, they're trying to make us, the audience, think that Luffy is Goldie Roger's son. Interesting take.
Maybe.
Maybe.
That's definitely what they're doing this season. They've definitely been like, take care of my son. And then they're only showing Luffy, right? So it's trying to be like, okay, audience, we're going to make you think that Luffy is the Pirate King.
They've already shown Luffy's dad.
Yeah, but they don't say that.
That doesn't happen until later, though.
They don't. That,
no one says it.
Dad has been more dad in this live action show than he.
Oh yeah, for real.
Manga.
God, he was so cool. Dragon was so cool in this. Love it. So what did you think about Smoker? So Smoker and Tashiki show up this episode.
Yeah, I like the guy that played Smoker. Tina was complaining that he wasn't buff enough, and I'm like, how much do you
and
want?
Tina hates muscles. That guy's buff as hell. I don't know what.
He's not. Like, what?
I figured he'd be a little bit older and a little bit more like stout, like Garp is.
But he's. I mean,
No,
because
he was young. He had blue hair. Remember?
But
Garp is older.
Smoker was a child at Goldie Rogers' execution.
Yeah,
you have to
so he's only like
so he's got to be like
10 years
like
older, like 15 years older than Luffy.
Yeah,
something like that.
So he'd be in his like.
No, I like that guy. That was solid cast.
I will say that guy is not as jacked as the Pirate of Brooks crew, which we'll talk about later. Because
in the flashback,
dang, that man is stacked. Double D's stacked.
Go ahead, Maddie. and then we can rate the D's.
Yeah, so I mean, that was just the first episode. Like, I don't know if you guys want to talk about that or go to the next one, but
we could go to the next one.
yeah. So next after that, we are heading towards. I need to put the episodes up here in front of me, because that's when we're doing the up the waterfall stuff and down.
Yeah, where they actually head to the well.
And Laboon.
What is the old guy's name?
He was part of Goldie Rogers' crew, and I can't think of his name.
I always forget his name.
My favorite part about that was the flashback where they didn't even cast another dude. They were like, this guy's in his 20s, and all they did was dye his hair black. And I was like, oh my God, they for real like just kept the same actor. That is, is it Crocus? Thank you.
Crocus, thank you. Yeah. So we
got a bunch of crocus plants in front of
Dude, that was so awesome. I ain't seen bullshit like that since what is that Saw movie where the guy, the villain from Saw, put his hat on backwards and he's a teenager.
How'd he do?
Because this is Netflix. I was expecting them to do a flashback and be somebody else cast as this guy. Nope, it's the same actor. That was awesome.
Yeah, so we have the Reverse Mountain Laboon episode, which I was very excited about, where Luffy gets out, but the rest of the crew is stuck in their ship inside of Laboon, where they meet. And this didn't happen in the manga.
Nope.
They meet. We introduce the Baroque works early.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is smart. You want to build them up throughout the season and next season.
I agree.
So you go ahead and meet Vivi, Miss Wednesday, and you meet what's his name,
Number 9.
Mr. Number 9.
That guy was awesome.
Oh my God. I never cared about that guy.
That guy had more screen time on this show than I don't remember him I didn't even remember him in the manga.
Oh, I remember him in the manga. He's like this tall, lanky little dude.
So is this guy.
This guy's great.
Yeah, this guy is really great. I think he really fleshed out the character very, very well.
Well, I think they added more scenes with him because I don't remember this guy in the manga at all. And
I appreciate that, like, the actors in this show, they must have I think they have a really good community rapport on ground too. Because I know that they like watching behind the scenes. They have a lot of time where they just kind of like play.
Yeah.
Like they play outside and to get the rapport going.
Yeah.
These people are dedicated to their characters. Like, I mean, in a way that like only One Piece can make happen. Because the guy who plays like Crocodile only shows up at the end of this season. The way that man posts about being Crocodile, like he is dedicated.
He's a big nerd though. I love that guy.
But yeah, I mean, oh my gosh, Mr. Nine was great, and Vivi's great.
She was great. I liked her too.
Yeah, I like her vibe.
What was the problem with her cast? People didn't like the fact that she wasn't Egyptian. Is that what it was?
I thought she didn't like she was brown.
No. I remember when I was in California because I met the producer of One Piece. We actually talked about this. Yeah. He was. I think it's because she might be Indian, and he was like, people were upset that she wasn't like Egyptian, and he was like, I don't, because he was like, we talked to Oda back and forth, and Oda finally had the final say, which apparently I didn't know this. Like he has the final say on everybody, including the minor characters.
Yeah.
I thought it was just the Straw Hats.
I think that's why it's so good too, is because he's got so much input. Because if you let American Studio just run with this, they'd be like, these guys look.
It'd be Cowboy Bebop.
These guys look goofy as hell. Change the way that they look, right? But he's like, no, we are committed. They are going to look goofy as they look in the book.
Yeah,
and I love that. So the big change here, because we basically they get stuck in this whale, right? Who's been left by his pirate crew. Because they've left. It's too dangerous, and they said they would come back to him, but something's happened to them.
Flashback.
Yeah.
T and I, wicked, no, it's very sad what happens to them, but he's alone. So they make two big changes with this. One, instead of just punching Laboon and being like, we're rivals, so you can't kill yourself till I come back.
That's right.
He sings him Binks Sake, the song that the pirate crew sang. And we get a flashback of the crew singing to Laboon, which we don't get originally. So we get to see Brooke, we get to see the crew as they were before everything happens to them. What did you all think about that?
I loved it. I mean, it like made me tear up as soon as they start queuing up Binks Sake. I was like, oh no, you
so
son of a biscuit eater.
I like the idea of speeding things up because you
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
As you all have said, you know, these actors are not gonna be looking young for the next 15
Yeah.
years. I don't care
30
how
years.
much Ozempic or plastic surgery you have. It's demanding. And also, I'm sure they want other things to do. They can't just commit to doing a show for the next 10 years.
I don't know if I got a steady paycheck, I would.
Well, and
Yeah,
also,
but, Tina,
you
you've been at the bottom of the barrel, like with jobs. These people are like, I want to expand my horizons. I want to be a movie star. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them actually have really good acting jobs.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, something I think about with this too is, right, like, you know, Oda had the big plan, right, for One Piece, but there's a lot of things he wrote as he went and then added stuff later. So this is also a chance to be like, well,
I would like to.
if there were things that if I had thought about them at the time, maybe I would have included, right? So you kind of you have some space to add some more nuance, to like show some more of the other pieces of the story that got developed later, but that he calls back
some
to.
of these things, edit some things out to make it kind of flow.
You know who else did
Because
that?
they bring up a
George
lot of
Lucas.
stuff that we would have never mentioned this early.
Right.
And we'll get there, but Will of D is mentioned, which would never be mentioned until later.
No.
Nika is mentioned.
Well, because I don't think those characters were created until,
Well, no,
as you
that's
said,
why this is
much later.
That's why this is great. You know, so I think some fans might be like,
did give
how
hints
dare
of
they?
Nika
But
very early on, though.
hints, but not saying though.
Yeah,
They straight up say.
Yeah, they more like introduced him as Joy Boy.
So who do I think? Did you all see the cast of Joy Boy? By the way, I think the voice. We'll get to that when we talk about season 3.
Okay.
But I like the introduction of Brooke already.
Oh,
I think
he's
it's nice.
perfect casting.
Yeah.
Voice is perfect. The outfit is perfect. His scar.
He needs to be taller and lankier. Is the only
he's
problem I had. That's
I
it.
thought he was fairly tall.
Yeah.
You know.
That's the one limit. We won't be able to do that as hard as they do in the anime because those body dimensions are all over the place.
Yeah. I mean,
But man, his captain,
That's who you were talking about.
stacked. That man's stacked. He showed up and moved Ellie and I were like, damn.
I seem to remember that guy, and I remember
Yes.
thinking, like, I'm surprised
They're
that guy
huge.
didn't get a bigger role because he's pretty
see
much. I was like, wow, what a waste of a role. They just
I
got
mean,
it
you
with this
couldn't
one
have
scene.
saved him for like Sanji's like weird double. I mean, like
No,
that's
this
the
guy was
thing.
great though. And it's nice to have like, I don't know that his captain was so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, the big sake episode, beautiful.
Yeah, I
Really
liked it.
beautiful.
That was a great episode.
Little garden.
Yeah. So Whiskey
Then we-
Peak is next.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Before
that's
we
right,
get
that's
to
right.
Little Garden, because that doesn't happen until episode 5 or something. This is another good episode that I really enjoyed because it's the cast again together, or the Straw Hats together again, right?
Yeah.
We had them separated in episode 2, and now they're together, and they're learning about Vivi, and she's learning about how fucking awful Luffy is, like
Well, and to
the way he
Costa.
reacts to things. Because, like, yeah, any normal person in the circumstance, like, oh my god, this guy's an idiot. But then the more you
That's
like,
his charm.
yeah, I know. The more you learn about him, you're like, oh,
And Yaki does it so great because he's just like, we're friends. Like, you give this talent, and these guys are like, we love pirates. It's cool. And he's just like, I thought you were a good man. He's just so sad. It's like, you fed me. Only good people feed you. You know, like, oh,
Ugh, Luffy.
love it. We get to meet, what's his name? What do they call it?
Mr. Her guardian? Her
Her guardian.
He is.
I know Igarum, right? I think is his real name or something.
Yes, and I'm trying to think of his Baroque name.
He's one of them. And number 8? Mr. 8? Is that who it is?
Maybe. Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Okay.
I get the number. Well, I know 3 and 2 very well. you
Yes.
know.
Those are pretty easy,
Well,
Maddie.
because they show up later.
Because they
Igarum.
made Mega House statues of them. That's why.
And
Yeah,
then
he was awesome. Such a great actor.
in
And also, well, all the Baroques are so good.
Who it is?
Oh, so cute. Oh my gosh, it's the flying student.
Quit flirting with. Did you? Oh God! I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Put your leg down.
I know. Yeah, all the Baroques work that show up here are so good. Miss Golden Week, though.
Yes.
Miss Golden Week.
She hasn't been in a lot of things, and I thought she was great.
God, she's terrifying. She's so like assured. Like
you didn't like her, did you? You and Tommy
Tina's
said that
wrong.
you all didn't like her because she wasn't.
She's so good.
No, I thought she was really, really great. She made me hate her character so much in a good way.
I thought she was perfectly cast because it's
I didn't mean to say Miss Golden Week. I meant to say
Miss Valentine.
Miss Valentine.
Yeah, I liked her.
We'll talk about Miss Golden Week because actually, yeah, we've got some things to talk about Miss Golden Week.
Yeah, you and Tommy didn't like Miss Golden Week.
Well, that's fair. They've changed her character a lot.
They did change her character a lot.
Well, they're not going to cast a little kid. Oh, they should have. That would have been weird.
Well, she doesn't.
But yeah, Miss Valentine has not been in a lot of things.
Tommy and I liked Miss Valentine. It was not Miss
Golden
Week.
We'll get to her.
Like Miss Golden Week.
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you were
got confused.
This one.
No, Miss Valentine. I liked her.
Miss Valentine is perfect. That's what I meant. Miss Valentine's perfect.
I knew what you meant. That's why I was like, yeah.
Yeah, for somebody that hasn't been in a lot of things, like she was great.
I was very surprised by her. And her counterpart was also really good, really cool. Because man, I felt grossed out every time we did the booger thing.
Right.
Oh, Mr. Five.
I like how they called him out. I was like, "Can you?" When Usopp was like, "Can you like fight me without digging in your nose?"
So gross.
Also, like that Luffy did the thing too.
Great fighting scenes. And when Zoro fights in the bar, there's a thing because he fights 100 people, 100 Baroque members.
That was awesome.
And Mackenyu told the cast, like, you have to make sure there are 100 people I'm fighting, and you show every single one. Because the nerds who watch the show, I didn't say nerds, but like, the people who watch the show are going to count. They will count.
Like I'm looking for Panda Man or Panda every single time. I was like, where's the panda this episode?
It was great. Sanji, he's still great. I love Sanji like this. And I'm not a big Sanji fan. I'm in love with him in this.
How do you feel about that? Because that's something that I have seen.
You kept pointing out.
After all of the, I don't watch reviews or anything before I do the show, but I did see like people's like diehard fans of One Piece don't really like him because he's a different character. He's not even close to being Sanji.
I've seen a lot of. Sorry, go ahead.
And I don't know, like. I think I was telling Tina when we were watching. I think it's like it would just be creepy if he was
lusting after all the ladies.
Yeah,
that dude would be canceled, man. Like you can't have a character like that these days.
It doesn't work live for one, and two. I've seen a lot of fans say differently because lately, the way Sanji's been portrayed in the anime versus the manga, the anime. They up that like 100 times and they're like, this is not my guy. That's not my guy. And so I feel like this was like a good ode to Sanji, and it showed a lot more like depth to him that I think is there that we don't always get to see because we're like too busy doing the gags.
Right.
Especially when we get to like the Drum Island.
You see that in the manga a lot, especially with Puddin and stuff. You see his reactions to people and women and how he really puts thought in what he does, especially when he's cooking. You see this really good in the show that he puts thought about their nutrition, their desires in the food, especially for the ladies, for the guys, not so much. But he doesn't do it. You're right. They do it so over the top in the anime, whereas in the live action, they kind of pull back more towards the manga and they do it a little bit better.
He still does it in the manga.
He does.
Yeah, but it's very understated compared to anime. Anime is bad lately.
I still love Sanji.
I love him, but I love him in this.
I like this Sanji, and I wonder if they, after watching season 1, because he is a different character, right? Like, and that's okay. I wonder if Oda started writing him a little bit different in the manga. Because I haven't read anything past volume 96, so. I know Melanie is caught up. Like she is weekly. Like that stupid manga drops. So have you noticed? Well, I don't even know if Sanji's still in the manga.
He's had a lot of growth, and I think that's because of the way Oda, when he first started, he was a much younger mangaka versus now, and I think the characters have grown with his art style and grown with his writing style.
I think that's the best way to
Suave
put it.
and simp, yeah.
What about the change to
Usopp?
before we move on to the next episode? I think Usopp is the best. Is
Oh,
the best,
incredible.
best glow up definition. Like
Incredible.
I could not stand Usopp in the manga. He was one of my least favorite characters. But this dude, man, he's another character that's sort of different while still capturing the essence of Usopp. I was mainly Zoro. Zoro's my favorite character in the manga. And in this, they took away the thing that I like about Zoro in the manga, and that is serious, and then out of nowhere, over the top, ridiculous, like goofy side to him.
Listen, they
And he
added the
doesn't
dumb
have that.
Monster House joke in episode 2, and that was pretty great.
No, and what did he say about the wait,
the
when he's
girl
looking at,
whale.
yes,
So
that's it.
good.
That was it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Well,
it.
it's great because I knew that was coming anyways. But Elliot references that all the time, that Monster House reference, because they see the house and it's a uvula. Oh, it's the girl house. And so when Zoro's like, what is that? Like, it's the uvula. And Elliot goes, so it's a girl whale. And then so does Zoro. And he's like, they did not put the Monster House joke in here. I was like, they did.
I tell you what they did do though that I liked for Zoro is that he kept having those images of Mihawk showing up, kind of teasing him. And I thought, okay, that's
very good.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought that was a cool way to kind of change the character up. So I'm giving some depth, right? Because if you're going to be the stern guy, the serious guy of the group, it's almost boring when you have like all these over the top characters with you.
Right.
Playing the so I'm glad that they have that added to him. Yeah.
Well, I think once we keep going too, like I feel like this, the closer the crew gets together, the more Zoro gets to do silly things in a weird way,
like the misdirection and
yeah. Well, I think about the docking.
Did you write thicker than newspaper stacks?
What
was that? You?
No.
Did you have that on earlier?
No, I don't think I caught that. Somebody had
it took me the whole time.
It must have been Dawn that changed that.
I did not.
That's really good.
We were talking about books, like how do you like them, slim or thick? Okay, so wow, episode 3 and then episode 4.
Little Garden.
That's the beginning of the 2-parter. That's the first 2-parter we had because before that it was everything was one and done. So this is where they meet the giants.
Brokey,
which I thought at the end of episode 4, I'm like, oh, they changed it. They totally killed that dude.
No, but I called it. I was like, he's not dead.
I don't think he stabbed the guy. That dude's
not dead. He's a freaking giant.
They did change who won the fight.
They did. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think it matters.
Wow, that was nerdy. How did you remember that?
Well, I watched Grand Line Review's video about it.
I don't know.
I watched his. He's great. I love Grand Review.
Mr. 3 was perfect.
Yep.
Oh yes. Well, I love that actor anyways.
David
nerd, right?
His son his son is huge into One Piece. And so he was very excited to be part of it.
I'm trying to get an interview with him because he's got another comic coming out, and I asked his agent, so they're looking into it. Apparently, he only wants to talk about the comic book, though, so I can't ask him anything about One Piece. But I'm a big fan of oh my gosh, what was that horror movie he did? The Devil at Devil at something. The reality show. Anyway, yeah, he was great. I love all the characters. Now this is Miss Goldie, the Golden Week. This is the one that you had a problem with.
I thought she was cool.
I thought it was creepy that she is older in a young girl's mentality. Like
she's definitely different.
Yeah, she's definitely different. So
because in the manga, she's a little kid.
Yeah,
and she's actually not all bad in the manga.
No,
she's evil
bad.
Here.
Yeah, she's straight evil here.
They were like, this one is, we're not going to make her a kid, but we're going to have her have kid-like tendencies, and like if the child had no reins.
Yeah.
Yeah, Freaky Friday 2. Thanks a lot. But we got Katie Seagal, and I love Katie Seagal. I have loved that woman for decades.
Such a hottie. And we will talk
Still
about
so hot. Did you like her cackle? You liked her cackle, didn't you?
I did like her cackle.
But yeah, Dory and Groggy are perfect. They got the laughs down.
Yes.
What did you think of the way we didn't talk about this? What did you all think of the way it was shot? Like the practical effects.
The practical
with
effects
the giants.
to make them look taller by angling the cameras in certain ways.
What'd you think of that?
Very good.
love.
When they built the set, right? I love that all this is practical because it's going to age very well.
Yes.
And it feels real and tangible because when you watch a show and it's all 3D, it doesn't feel real.
Close-ups, perfect, so good. I love the prosthetics they did.
The nose, I could not recognize that man without, like, I would have never known.
I couldn't recognize. Yeah, but the prosthetic work, the makeup, the angle shots, everything was perfect to film these giants. It fits so seamlessly.
The fights are great. They kept the thing where Zoro tries to cut off his legs when he's stuffing a cake, but then he does, and he's like, well, he does the pose.
Right.
Perfect. Sanji was very cool in this. I loved his bits. Of course, this is Usopp's whole thing. Usopp.
Oh yeah, these were his 2 episodes with character growth that you don't really see until much later in the manga.
Don't see that until.
What's great is they're just like, I can't wait to go to Elbaf one day. I want to be a warrior like you. And then like we're in Elbaf right now, and I'm like, we haven't gotten a shit, brother. But yeah, good for you. I hope it changes for you.
Sniper King hasn't come back yet.
No.
Oh wow.
Why would he? That has nothing to do with Usopp. Why would you bring that up?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right.
Okay, Luffy.
That's the kind of ignorance I want from Luffy. That's why I didn't want him to recognize Alvina. All right.
It was good. I had fun.
The next episodes are a part of a 3 arc. It's the 3 episodes back to back where they face off. Well, okay. I'll let you all recap it. I don't want to be negative, Nancy. That's okay. But this show had so much potential. It was wasted because of the cosplay looking characters and crammy acting. Interesting. We'll get there. Yeah. But I wanted to talk about these.
I highly disagree, but you're allowed to have your opinion.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I honestly thought this. Well, let's stick to the subject. Okay. So the last 3 episodes, they're all kind of the last arc, and it's
Drum Island.
And the whole time I'm like, where the hell's Chopper? Like, how have we not seen Chopper in season 2 yet? And this is where we get Chopper.
We get it. So
we get it towards the end of the first episode.
Right.
But go ahead. You can.
Well, Nami ends up being gets sick, and we find out she's been bitten by a tick that's called a virulent issue, like a sickness. So she's passing out. It's completely fatal if they don't get help. So they're looking for help. They land, they see an island, and they're like, let's go there. That is our nearest help, because Alabasta is how many days away? Like 20 or something
like that. And they know it's Drum Island. And Vivi knows that's island known for its medical expertise. Right. And we also get that great flashback.
Yeah. So we get a flashback from Vivi going to
Mary's
right. And we find out that there are kings and kingdoms. We get to see some cameos from Abraham Lincoln.
Well, no, his name is King Hamburger.
Yeah, King Hamburger.
King Tacos.
And King Tacos. Like all these very
Rachel stereotypes. Right? I'm so glad they did it though.
They kept it.
They did not change it. Way to go. The Abraham Lincoln guy is still my favorite because I know he comes back.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that she mentioned Karoo? Like what they talked about.
Right, ducks.
They were like, what do you guys, what's the form of transportation over there? And she was like, ducks. I'm like, yes, I better see that in season 3.
I'm gonna see how to.
So yeah, she gets sick, and then Luffy goes up to the top of the tower to try to get the doctor.
To meet Dr. Rin.
And he finds instead, that was a pretty cool scene when he's climbing up there, and Sanji, I think that's when logic kicked in for you and Melanie, asking, why don't they do this? Why don't they do that? And I was like, because you got to keep the dramatic tone going, Tina.
Well, because usually there's a fight in there.
He just shoot his arms up and is like, well, you have to grab onto something, and you're shooting your arms up blind. Plus, he's very early, sort of in his scope of his abilities and what he can do. It's cold. He's made out of rubber, and rubber gets brittle in cold weather. There's logic.
It takes him all. And I think originally he fought rabbits. He was actually holding Nami and Sanji on his back.
I did miss the rabbits. I actually missed the rabbits in this. The Luke Pine.
Yeah.
So
but you get to meet Dr. Kuriha,
played by the beautiful Katie Sagal, who
a hottie. I was
70
I can't believe she's that old.
72?
Because I was like, man, I wanted her
72
to be
years old.
older. And then Omar was like, yeah, she's in her 70s.
Give me a chance. Give
72
me a
years
chance.
old. Gosh, ever since Married with Children, I've been in love with that woman. And oh yeah, she still
Gosh.
killed it. You know, Jamie Lee Curtis is amazing too, like still beautiful with
I think this was the right choice, and I didn't think so immediately. I think that this is perfect.
she's different than the
she's
character that
different.
in the manga. In the
I
manga,
wish
she was
she
a lot
a little
more.
bit more crass, more like she seemed too likable. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I thought she's pretty mean still.
yeah, but there's still like a. I hate to
A
use this word.
softness?
A mom,
Yes.
like
Quality.
Yeah.
quality to her, like letting her
More
kid
like
go
a
to
mommy.
college. You know what I'm saying? Stop it! I worded that very carefully. Oh my god. Anyway, stop it! Stop it. But I think that there was a subtle change to the character, and,
Yeah.
and that's okay. I mean, they're like we've been talking about. They've had to change a lot of things to the character.
I think each actor brought their own thing. Like each actor was like, "Hey, I want to honor who this character is, but I also want to make sure I'm bringing something a little bit different," which I think is important.
So in episode number 6 is where we get to meet Chopper, and that's a tough one, right? Because it's like everyone else, yes, prosthetics but real live actors. This is the first true CG actor that they're gonna have to interact
and
with.
practical actor.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah,
the
but not at
practical-
first. At
Right,
first,
yeah.
it's a little, they're using a person to walk around, kind of like a tennis ball.
Well, apparently that person's very good. Because so the
Yeah,
guy who
well,
plays
what's his name, right? Andy Serkis from Lord of the Rings. Like,
Yeah.
you would have to have somebody like that. But still, how good will it look? Is it going to be as cute? Because it's so hard, right? Like to mix. Not that he was cute at first in the
he was
manga,
pretty
because he was
ugly.
pretty creepy looking in the manga. But in this, I was like, oh my god, Chopper's adorable. And then by the next episode, I'm like, son of a bitch, Chopper just made me cry. Like that was a really
that
powerful
episode was incredible. I think out of the whole season, that flashback episode was the best. I thought it was incredible.
I was trying to think of
Dr. Hiroluck wrecked me.
who
He's
played him, because that guy.
His last name sounds a lot like Hiroluck, actually.
Hold on.
What's his last name?
I'm trying to find him.
Dr.
Hiroluck, Mark Hiroluck.
Yeah.
Okay, that guy.
Kuraha.
Like for this episode alone. By the way, this was the best episode this whole season in my eyes. That guy needs to be up for an Emmy just for this. He was the dad in freaking Jurassic Park 3, or the helper in Jurassic Park 3. Awful movie, but he was in that. And I don't know, like apparently he was in Preacher, things I haven't really seen. Oh, he was in
He's in a bunch of stuff.
42. Okay, he's been in a lot of things, but that guy alone, like I
He
think
did so good.
an
that
Emmy
was a
nomination
perfect
because he was so
casting.
good in that. Like to interact with a freaking little CG character is not the easiest thing, and
Well,
bring in that much
apparently,
emotion.
The actor he worked with, Uncanny Omar, who's like I think she's South African. The one who
young
worked with
lady.
him on set as Chopper apparently was incredible. So he said it was very easy to work with her and like develop this sort of like rapport and chemistry with her while she was being Chopper. He was incredible. I mean, his monologue was incredible. That's the power of One Piece. This goofy ass looking man
Yes.
wrecked me. Like I was just like, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I think it was more like for me, it was the realization when Chopper realizes that it was the mushrooms, right? Like, oh my god, that's what got me. And again, it's CG, so it's like it's kind of like you never know if it's gonna hit.
It does.
Or if it's going to look too fake, it'll take you out of the scene. But the music and the way they did it, that was beautiful.
Griffin X, that's my other favorite character.
Pink.
That's my favorite villain for sure. Senior Pink, I
I'll
would
be
cost.
right back.
Gotcha.
I think somebody's at the door. I'll be right back.
All right.
It's me. Just kidding.
Take over.
Is it?
Take over,
Okay.
Tina.
I have too much power now.
But yeah, I thought it was great. And the marriage while back, the flashback was so cool.
That was
Waffle.
really cool. Yep. So Waffle, the actor for Waffle, like
guy's good.
They did very, very well with him. Like he took it over the top, crazy, like those blue eyes just being like nuts. And it worked so well for that character. Who's that? His guard.
Oh, they're so funny looking.
He's so funny looking. He did very well too.
He's very good.
Because he's like that character's very, very stoic.
God, he's so good.
And I think they did very, very well with a lot of the pairings. And maybe I just didn't like Doctorine as much because we had so many very well over the top characters that she had to play off of.
That's fair. I really liked her, but yeah, I think that's totally fair though. Because I mean, Wapol was incredible. Dalton was so good.
Yeah.
Dalton was so good. And I don't know if I would have cared as much before about Dalton.
No.
And I was like, I'll do anything for that man. I'll do anything for Dalton. Love him.
They did do some like I don't remember in the manga Walpole being able to eat people and transform them. Was that new?
He did do something like that because I think I wish Elliot hadn't left.
Like he could eat stuff and like make like he had that cannon that came out that was part of the manga.
Because didn't he?
He was a devil fruit user in the manga.
He was, but they changed it so that way he's getting it. But yeah, he definitely did. Yeah. Heather gets it. But yeah, because he combined he was able to combine his two people. Those two guys that were helping him.
Yes.
They originally fused.
Okay. Because I didn't remember him doing an army though. And I was like, I don't remember.
He had a whole army in the manga, and they only did these 5 guys. I will say that like the army looked kind of goofy. But it's not their fault.
Goofy.
I can see why. Because like you wanted this to be the height of the end of it, and you wanted to give like Zoro and people stuff to do. Because ending on Drum Island is not easy to have that be the end of the season. But they look like the guys. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. They kind of look like if you knew the Wheelers, like one character in particular looked like one of the Wheelers from Return to Oz, like with the like legs that were like little sticks.
I was thinking Quest for Camelot. If you've ever seen that, because it's an animated movie, it's great, by the way. Okay. But there's these characters that get all mangled up like that, and it looks just like this.
I don't know who the actor is, Rob Coletti, that played Wapol.
Mm-hmm. He was in School of Rock musical, so he played Jack Black's character.
He really understood the assignment.
Yeah,
like I thought he was good. He was goofy and hateful, and I thought he did a good job.
And apparently, that costume weighs like 50 pounds and can get up to like 110 degrees.
There were some shots like he was very profusely sweating that they cut away from, and I was like, "Oh man, I know
it was bad.
That was so hot because that cape that was my one." Like it kind of looked like they made it out of a blanket, and I was like, I don't know if I like that look.
The hippo head thing that he was wearing,
his cape, it looked like it was because it was double-sided. It looked like I know the exact sort of like pattern for like a fuzzy blanket that they used, and I was like, I know that poor actor is sweating bullets. You could see how they painted like practical effects. You could see his mouth in the thing in some shots, and some of it they went back and they touched some of it. You could see
always an instigator. I think, for me, I wouldn't have a problem with my 9-year-olds watching it. I will say, just like I have to remind my wife, there are a couple of F-bombs, and she like the first time it happened, she was surprised. The second time it happened, she was like, "Oh, okay." It sounds weird because you're so used to the manga, you're so used to the anime, and then Sanji's like, "What the fuck is this?" Right?
Yeah.
And it's they did it in the first season, and I remember that surprised my wife the first time too. And I thought, well, it's a Netflix show, and it's kind of like borderline. The age range is so strange.
He does say shit.
Was it your wife who said, or was it your brother who said? Because he got the manga in Shonen Jump, he had to tailor it a little bit, and he couldn't do as much adult things back then when it first started as they can with Netflix. You know what I mean? So now they can like explore more.
I thought that was you that said that.
Do they say equivalent? I mean, they say like equivalent things to like shit and stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Well, the translation in the manga, because it's Shonen Jump, right?
Yeah.
Like in America.
In America, it's not like that. But
I don't know if it is in Japan either, though.
They speak some really rude Japanese.
Yeah, but that's like
Well, because there's
poorly
not
translated.
well, there's not really like the same curse words. In both
Exactly,
languages, you know what I
yeah.
mean? So it doesn't like. It's more like,
But-
are you
but
saying something really rude? Then we translate it with curse
Right.
words here.
So my point was like that is the only thing. Like there are,
Yeah.
if you know,
It's a lot bloodier than.
mileage might vary. Yes, like when Zoro's cutting up some of the villains, like you can see their wounds. Again, it's over the top, ridiculous kind of violence, though. I don't see.
I think a lot of the message is good with a lot of
Yeah.
stuff, so that helps.
I wouldn't have a problem with my 9-year-old seeing it. Some American curse words are not curse words in Japan.
Well, yeah.
I believe that.
Kuso.
All right. So, what did you all think of the tone? I wanted to go back to the message. Somebody said they had a problem with the show because they say it was campy, or what was it?
They felt the acting was camping. The outfits are very just like cosplay outfits.
Yeah, I want to hit on that because we know Netflix has the money, lots of money, to give this show, like, you know, make it look like a huge, high budget type of show. I don't think that would work. Not for One Piece. You need the campiness to remind you, you know, you're not watching a show about pirates. That's not what you're watching here. We need the goofiness, and I think the only way to do that is I like the set designs and I like the actual clothing that they wear. They may look like cosplayers to you, but it has to be a mix of like realism and also, you know, like I mentioned, like campiness to them.
Yeah, I think if you tried to make this like a cool version of the outfits, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, this is what my brother was
I think
talking about.
those characters are. Yeah, I do miss Sanji's suit.
But that's what my brother. That's
that,
what got the whole conversation started. Like, this isn't the same Sanji because he doesn't even wear suits. He doesn't smoke as much cigarettes.
But they do a lot of the color work outfits.
I told you that.
Yeah.
Remember, we were noticing the color works. We did get to see Nico in her black leather dress.
Yeah, we did.
Woo!
But that wasn't even. It wasn't even.
It was more like because she only had so many outfits. They had to change her eventually.
She'll change. She'll change.
Yeah, no, I love the outfits. I love the design work of the characters.
You two are cosplayers, so what did you all think?
Oh, I absolutely loved how well they translated a lot of the costumes into real life materials. I was very happy to see a lot of quilting, like very couture design work going into these outfits, like things that you wouldn't realize unless you did cosplay or you did fashion design. And you're like, these are very detailed costumes, very intricate costumes, and they've mapped out ridiculous costumes on real life people, which takes a lot of tremendous. If you don't do costuming and it takes a lot of time to figure out patterns, how something should lay, how it should look, and translating that into real life. Like,
and choosing it like a simple design and making it have text, and like life to it. Because like Tashiki's outfit on its own could be very simple, but they take the time to give her jacket like a different kind of feeling. You know, they wanted her to feel kind of more eclectic than she looks normally, and I very impressed.
Like Dr. Reen, like her wearing that purple like outfit that she wears with the shirt. I was like, I love this. I love this. It's perfect. It's spot on. This is what I would want to see if I saw a Dr. Reen cosplay.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's why they did it. They thought if cosplayers would be judging them. No, you can't.
As they should.
You know, you cannot possibly do that. I did like the actress that played Tashigi too. We didn't mention her at all.
Cute.
She was. I that's another one. I think you were the one that said that people had problems with.
People had problems because
she doesn't look like an anime character.
Was flaring her nose. I was like, no, that's just her nose, guys. Like,
yeah, her nose.
That's just her. Like,
she was cute. I thought
she was cute. I thought she was very, very good.
You could cosplay as her, Tina.
Yes, I probably could.
Not the Shigi, the actress. You could cosplay as the actress. I think she's Filipino, actually. So no, you cannot.
She reminded me of.
So
I think she was cute. She was awkward as she should be, as like early Tashigi, you know, like
obsessed with the swords, right?
Yeah.
What
not recognizing Zoro.
What about the special effects? What did you all think of that? Not the practical effects that they were using, but like special effects.
So like when they did
the CG, like the boat, when the boat is like going into the water and going up
Oh,
the
what
stream.
was the Baroque member that was the mole when they did, because she was CG and her ride was CG on
Miss
it was
Mr.
practical.
13 and Miss
So,
what do they call her?
hold on. It was in
Uh,
episode 5.
All day Sunday?
Taz and Iñaki, love those two, and then bring it up in like every fucking interview. Sorry.
It's okay. One Piece also dropped the F-bomb.
You said F word early in the show.
What?
You did.
That's
You did,
deflecting.
Omar.
That's deflecting. That's what
You
Tina
did.
says.
That's how
Why
I
are
know
you
it's
calling
okay.
me out? I wasn't gonna get on you, man. You're free to speak however you want.
I thought it was cute. I think you could tell, but I mean, luckily, it's probably good that they didn't have them in there too much.
Right.
You know,
Because a lot of it was fight scene and you couldn't tell. Like, I think they did very well. I think for what we have now, I think they did excellent.
yeah.
I really had no problem with the CG effects.
Drops of God. I didn't know Drops of God had an adaptation.
I know Edge of Tomorrow. I liked that one. Actually.
Edge of Tomorrow, the movie, right? With
yeah, and I
Tom
don't
Cruise.
like Tom Cruise at all, and I liked Edge of Tomorrow.
What? He's
What do you mean,
awesome.
What?
He plays the same character over and over. The
Yeah.
guy that's got to be the
He's
best at whatever the hell
Crazy
he's doing.
Scientologist.
Okay, you can't judge a man by what his beliefs
Yes,
are.
you can. Absolutely. You can't judge a man by his beliefs. You should
What if you
absolutely
find out
judge a man by
Sanji
beliefs.
is a Scientologist?
Then I would drop him. What are you talking about?
She'd be disappointed in it.
I love everybody's like, but
would
what if your fave was doing this? Then they wouldn't be my fave anymore.
Okay, that's deflecting.
That's
exactly
not
what I
deflecting. That's just a truth. You were ridiculous.
I haven't argued with you in so long.
Oh wait, Saturday Morning Fan. Okay. Have you seen the Doraemon live action commercials
I
with
haven't.
Tommy Lee Jones?
What? Are they Japanese commercials?
Yeah.
Wait.
No,
Do that after.
that's a thing.
Were they
Um,
doing
huh?
a commercial?
Yeah, it was so funny. It's so funny. You have to watch them.
Okay.
I was fine with most of the CG because there wasn't like a ton, right? Luffy
I mean,
still
Luffy
looked
in
good.
every episode, there was like, especially when they're on the boat, when they're out
Yeah.
at sea.
I think they primarily, like, if they could stay away from CG, they absolutely
Well,
tried.
it's so expensive.
It's expensive. I think they really tried to do practical effects mainly,
Yeah.
but there's some ways with One Piece you just can't do certain things with practical
No.
effects. Like when Luffy like stretches his arm,
Yeah.
that looks a little silly because we don't do that.
Well, there's no way.
It's
There's
hard
no
to
getting
do
around that.
stretchy.
I
like,
think it looked pretty good here in comparison to how that looks in a lot of other things.
Yes.
I feel like One Piece is less afraid to use stretchiness than Fantastic Four was.
I think they did it right in the first season because it is a mix of goofiness, right?
Yeah.
I remember, like Miss Marvel, they changed her character's powers because they thought stretchiness was gonna look so goofy and fake. And this is on Disney Plus, and they did.
Yeah.
Like
so
they
sad.
changed her. What was her power? Bigum, whatever
Yeah.
her powers are. But no, I thought that worked. Yeah, but every episode had CG in it. Chopper, of course, being the main
It
one.
looked great.
And
Just put all the money in
But
that.
his heavy point was a real man, and I think
Yeah.
they said
I think
yeah, my daughter
Heavy
laughed
Point
at
could
that.
have used some work.
it wasn't the teeth.
I'm okay
I was
with it.
pointing out the teeth.
I don't
And
I
thank
don't
you.
know.
That's it.
Beginning. I think
It's Miss Marvel.
I support it regardless. I think
I
he did a good
actually
job.
enjoyed the heavy point chopper. I wanted to see Horn Point too,
But I also don't know what you could do to make it better. You know what I mean? Like I think it
Add
feels
CG
weird.
effects.
yeah, they'll definitely do if they do Rumble Point, like where he's
You
like
might
a
have
ball.
to.
That's CG. But like
'Cause
heavy
he-
point,
He had limitations to his mouth, right? So you would almost have to do that CG mouth. They did build a Chopper, like
Yeah.
when Chopper's laying in bed, who's animatronic, like so like the eyes move. That's adorable. Yeah, they did do as much. I'm not saying as much because they could have done the whole show with practical effects. I will say this: the actor that plays Luffy, there are times that I'm like, I was watching the TV and I'm like, are they using CG on his arms? Because the way that he walks, it looks like his
the way-
arms are just rubber. I thought,
well, and he both
are they
his legs to
exaggerating? Like, or is he just that good at like
I
playing a
think he
rubber
might
man?
just be that good.
Yeah.
I think he was, yeah. Let's see. Music was on point. I don't like.
How'd you like the original songs? We had some. I mean, like
Yeah.
we had a lot of background original music.
Mhm.
The Whiskey Peak stuff was great. It's like from I don't know, like 3-piece brass band or something. But we had the Tony Chopper song, the new one. Not
Image
Not-
song where it's like Tony Chopper.
yeah,
They kinda
Boku,
like
I don't that. But this one was Tony Chopper. It was new.
Joe, they remixed it.
Well, it's not the same song.
It's not. It sounded like the same to me because I was like, "Oh, it's Chopper's Image song."
He hums it, and so does Dr.
Yeah,
Pirlo.
he hummed it. Yeah, it's like,
But the song they play at the end is not the same.
okay. Oh no, not at the end. I was talking about when he was like,
Oh yeah. No, that
yeah.
song's the same.
because he's like, like mumbles
Yeah.
it under his breath and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, that's his Image song."
I know. I was so excited.
No, I like the music. I thought the music in season 1 was great. I thought the season 2 music was awesome, and especially the new score they added. I'm glad that they kept the same score from season 1.
And they played a little bit of the theme song at the beginning and before they transitioned into like the live actions theme, which is it got me a little emotional.
I think you all got emotional too, you and Heather, and they did that at the end of season 1. They played the theme.
Yeah, so
To-
opening it up
to
with
the
it.
opening.
Was,
Yeah, I like that they opened it up with it.
I got really emotional at Bink Saki when they started pulling that out. I was like, "Oh, don't do this."
God, well, even when
every time I
Iñaki
hear that
starts
freaking song, I cry.
when he starts singing it to Laboon, he starts slowly gather up all of the crew. And he sings, it's so sweet, and he's doing his Iñaki way, and then he does the Nika dance, and I was like, So I think for like, you know, there's something in here like for new fans, but also just like those caught up and stuff because it's just these little references. Oh my gosh, when Kuriha mentions the Will of D,
Yes,
she mentions it.
But that was in the manga. That was in the manga.
She doesn't say Will of D then.
Well, she says that there's a connection. She
But she does not say.
they don't mention.
We don't have the Will of D did not get mentioned, like saying those words until way later.
She said Gold D Roger and Monkey
Monkey
D
D
Luffy.
And she mentioned,
and she
said
mentions the D,
the Will
and
of D.
that's where she didn't call it that. She just walks away and said something about.
She says the Will of D.
But she pointed it out.
No, in the show, yeah, but in the manga,
Oh
she
yeah,
just
no.
makes a connection.
But I was like, oh my god, saying it. It just for someone who's like been here so long and making theories about all of it to mention that kind of stuff early, it feels powerful because we still don't know completely.
Oh my god, it's only been 30 years.
I know.
How did everyone feel about Joe Manganiello? I thought he was great. I think
Mr. Zero.
how do I describe this guy? He's way too good looking for the roles that he takes because he's a nerd. Like he's a Dungeons and Dragons guy.
Yeah.
And I mean, this guy was in Magic Mike, right? And he takes roles like Pee-wee's.
He was in True Blood.
Oh, was he in True Blood? I didn't watch.
He was a werewolf.
Okay. But no, he was great in this.
Yeah, I
like
liked him.
owned the role, right? Like he took
He
it
may not have
seriously.
been as gritty as Crocodile actually is in like the manga and anime, but he fit the character very well. I think he did a very excellent portrayal.
Yeah, I need more time with him first to be able to really say how I feel about him because that wasn't enough for me to see, okay, how do you feel in his mannerisms? Like, what are you, I don't quite know yet, but he looks good.
There's no Skype.
Yeah. No, it ends like where Vivi's like, well, you'll drop me off at home. And, Luffy's like, no, we'll come and fight. And so it's before Alabasta.
Yeah.
Which we got a little bit of peak in this season.
I feel like next season will probably just be Alabasta.
Yeah, I feel like that. I feel like we won't get to Skypia at all.
I think what they'll do next season is something they did in this season was add a lot more of Smoker and Tashigi going after them. Yeah. I thought that was a good way. And that's what I loved about season 1 was the character of Kobe. Like Kobe and Garp being added to those stories added that another element that I was like, you know what? I think that really helped. Like that was something that was missing from the original manga.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what they do in season 3, because in season 3, well, here before we talk about who's been cast and everything, what did you all think? Is that it? Right? Graphics. Oh, cast. Who's your favorite member of the Straw Hat live action? And then the manga. Or sorry, anime for you all.
Ooh.
Not yet included or include it right now?
Straw Hat.
Right now.
Just Straw Hat right now.
Well, live action. Who's your favorite live action?
Sanji.
Okay, and then who's
I'd say Sanji.
Who's your favorite in the manga or anime in your case?
Sanji.
Okay.
Oh, in
Or
the
you,
anime?
Maddie?
In the anime, it's Frankie. But I think, I think Sanji the top. As far as delivery this season, I would say Usopp is like second of how good he was.
Usopp was very good.
Usopp is good.
Hero, and then like non-Straw Hat, I think Heerluck's my favorite. Nico Robin's great. We haven't got enough for her to be like.
That's why I mentioned like in the crew or not in the crew yet.
But Sanji, God's live action Sanji,
perfect.
Makes a girl rethink some things. You know, I love him. I don't even like blondes, and I love Sanji.
You don't like blondes, okay?
No.
I like Nami. Like I wouldn't even put Nami in my top 5 in the manga.
Yeah.
But Nami, she's amazing. Emily Rudd, she's great at playing the character. She's got a acting chops. I really like her in everything, in every scene. She's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And you know the other guys are great. I like Luffy. I love Luffy
because he is Luffy.
It's so hard to pull off that character in a real live show, right? Like, how do you explain to somebody being kind of an idiot?
He's a good guy.
Like, it's hard to pull that off, but charming in a way. Like charming, lovable idiot, but not even idiot. Just sometimes nonsense.
He's dense.
Not even that. Just dumb. Like, oh. So, what would you all rate this season? We obviously really like season 1. We gave it a 10 out of 10. All 3 of us. Is this season just as good?
Yeah.
Tina saying 10. You know what? I think the season for me gets a 9.5.
Really?
I really like season 1. Season 1 really, really delivered. I think I gave it a 10 out of 10 because I did not expect it to be that good. I was blown away. This season I had expectations and it was still good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
9.5 is holy shit. That is amazing. And I hope it continues with season 3. But there were a couple of things, like there was one episode in particular that I was like, they should have condensed that because episode 1 was so much. And then like we had maybe it was one of the episodes in 4 and 5 that they could have condensed.
Garden.
Yeah, but other than that, I thought it was great.
Yeah, I think Little Garden, there's some points of Little Garden I think they could have.
Do you think if they don't hustle up the production timeline, everyone's going to look too old? Or is the cast aging okay? I haven't read. I mean, it can be different than the manga, right?
Yeah.
They can age however they want to.
I'm sure not too worried, only because I know we're not doing the entire One Piece series. If that was the case, it'd be different.
We're doing it all, Maddie.
It's like they'll end it earlier on. So I'm not too worried. Like,
yeah, I think they'll end at like the time skip.
Yeah.
I
think if they do that, I'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
I get to see the whole crew,
I
right?
Want them to end it at the time skip. That's a thing because I know at that point in time
they're all separated. That's not a good spoilers. Okay.
No. We have to see Rainford, right?
Damn it, Tina. Hold on a second. I wanted to pull up the season 3 cast. Because
Bonclay is perfect.
Bonclay?
Yes, I know people were like, I want Jim Carrey, and people were like, no, he's too old.
He is too old, and he doesn't want to act anymore.
During his mask years.
Yeah.
Well, it's just Bonclay.
But we have a non-binary actor to play a non-binary person.
Which makes perfect sense. And that character's so over the top, ridiculous.
I love Bonclay.
I can't wait for the fight between Bonclay and Sanji. And then Ace has been cast. It's we all kind of figured because him and the lead actor are really good friends, and we all kind of figured even in season 1 that it was going to be Sholo from Cobra Kai, and he's great.
What does he call Luffy?
Kiki. That's his nickname.
Oh yeah, Iñaki Kiki.
Yep.
Man.
And somebody else has been cast.
Did they cast this Double Finger?
Oh, it probably. Hold on a second.
Also, Vivi's dad's that guy from Heroes. He's great. Very handsome.
That's what I thought he was.
Okay.
That guy aged, holy crap,
He looks
really well.
Guys look so good.
Because that show was 15 years ago. I kept looking at him, and then I'm like, no, that's not.
Yeah.
Mohinder, right? That was his name?
Yeah.
God, that show went to shit.
You're right. Heather, if they could just get to Water 7 so I can see who they would cast as Frankie, I'd be happy. But that could make it. I'm so attached to him that can make or break it, you know?
Carrie said they had a ball doing the Sonic.
That's the only thing he'll do now.
Well, he can wear prosthetics for Bon. Nah, I think Bon Clay would be.
Well, he already said he's not acting.
He only wants to do Sonic movies. Sonic 4 was teased.
Yeah.
Good for
Really?
taking my time with this. Love seeing things I haven't enjoyed in almost 20 years. Want to reread this series. Have you all on mute, but keep it. Wait, if you read it, then you know what happens, Josh. It's just an adaptation.
Yeah. They did change a few things, so some things could be spoiled.
I did not get my package. I haven't had time to go to the post. I was telling Tina before she came over here. I haven't had time to do anything. It's been nonstop
No, we
all
haven't-
day.
You've been busy now.
Yeah, I don't know why I do things the way that I do things.
Your time management skills is like, oh, I have plenty of time. I'm going to pack 3 things in this 45-minute window.
Yeah.
There are sacrifices that have to be made. You know, Omar, brown people age gracefully. You know what? I was looking at Mohinder and I'm like, that's a dude from Heroes. And I'm like, no, that was 15 years ago, man. Ain't no way that's that guy.
I
It's
like
him.
to say all of us at near mint age gracefully.
I think so.
Yes, not just brown people. Is that what you wanted to say, Tina? Is that what you wanted to say?
No, I think brown people age much better than
Oh,
white.
no. Tina does not represent the thoughts and opinions of near mint condition. I ain't getting canceled on your behalf. Okay, 10,
Me.
10, 10, and a 9.5. Wow,
Pretty
look
good.
at that. If you've seen the show, Tiger Eyes, how you doing, buddy? If you saw the show, if you saw the season, let us know what you would give this out of 10. If you're watching this later, let us know what you would give it out of 10 in the comments. I'm excited for season 3.
Tell me if you think that Buggy's going to be king of the pirates one day, because I do. Tell me in the comments.
Buggy.
Buggy's going to be king of the pirates
Maybe
after
Kobe.
Luffy become king of the pirates, and he'll be like, okay, I'm
As
done.
a Yankee,
I love
it's just like,
I
Buggy
love that they
failed
brought
up.
him back. I love that they brought him back so
Yeah.
early.
Yeah.
Because I like that actor that plays him.
I
he's
too.
phenomenal. I think he's
He's really good.
oh man, there's so many good actors.
There are, and there's so many characters in
Freaking
here.
man.
Yeah, this is good. Mohinder's in this too. Wow. Yeah, he is. I haven't seen him in it. I haven't either. I thought he quit acting, man. 9 straw hats out of 10. I like that. 9 straw hats out of 10. Anything else, Maddie? Before we wrap up tonight?
No. I hope you guys, if you're getting into the live action show, I hope that you just try the manga or the anime.
Yeah.
You know, you can skip ahead to Water 7 if
Just
you don't
start
get
at Water 7.
Start at Water
Like
7.
Maddie suggested, I think that's a good starting point.
No, read it all.
It's
It's fun.
It's
And
not
then you
for
go back
everybody.
and watch it, and then you watch
Yeah,
it
go
like
back.
3 or 4 times.
It's fun, guys. Like my brother got into the manga because of this show. And now he reads it weekly. He's caught up. He's
The
insane.
beginning is just not as easy for everybody to get into right away.
But I think the show kind of recapped a lot of the beginning.
Yeah, so you
get
can
through
wa-
it, so you know
you
where
can
it's
watch
going.
Water 7.
I loved it from the beginning. As soon as this kid, I saw that kid stab his eye, I was like, "Oh man, that's my dude. I like this manga." Like, as soon as that happened,
It's a little slower paced in the original like anime. It's interesting.
I got into One Piece with look. If James survived One Piece because of the 4K dub,
No,
Listen.
4 kids, he'll
I
be
can't
fine.
do the rap. Can't do the Sanji with the.
Oh, I can. Yo ho ho, took a bite of
Remember
gum
the pop
gum.
guns? I can't. believe
Chopper's
you know that song.
doctoring.
I can't believe you know that song. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Hit that like button on the way out. You will find me tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time here doing the every Saturday Q&A. And then we are kicking off the Most Wanted Marvel Omnibus on Sunday at 2:30 p.m. here. And then Maddie and I have Old Reader, New Reader on Tuesday with a group of lots of people.
X-Men. A lot of
Lots
people.
of people. Lots of people.
Who's coming?
It's going to be a party. It's going to be a surprise for you, girl.
Okay.
It's a surprise for you.
All right.
With all kinds of guests.
Oh gosh.
But that's it, everybody. Thank you for watching. Tina, where can people find you?
You can find my voice on TikTok at Near Mint Condition.
What's your
Hey,
favorite catch?
Omar.
That's the catchphrase. That's the one.
And you always go, yes, ma'am.
Not always. Sometimes,
sometimes you say
really
you
make
do
me
it.
mad. I'm like, all right, Maddie, where can people find you?
Here on Tuesdays
All
during
right.
Old Reader, New Reader. Or Saturday mornings at my local coffee shop playing Hero Clicks.
I need to ask you something about that. Okay, we are out of here, everybody. Stay healthy and safe. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You should have said something inspirational.